Hi, welcome to Moon Messages. Before we dive into today's reading, I just wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude and offer a sincere apology. Over the last few months, I've been focusing on my health and healing. I've not been very well at all, and it did mean that I had to step away from creating content. I'm happy to share that I'm feeling much better, and I'm really excited to bring you new messages to enjoy. Um, Thank you to all of my wonderful subscribers for your patience and unwavering support. It has meant the world to me. So let's get into your reading. Pisces, so this is your June 2025 reading. So as always, if this doesn't resonate for you, then please check out your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there instead. So let's see what is coming up for you for June of 2025. And we've got cards jumping out all over the place. I'm going to put them back because if they're meant to come out, they're meant to come out. I've got a 10 of summer, 4 of autumn, a 3 of summer, and an emperor, which could suggest that you might be meeting somebody new or you're going to be holding some sort of party and it's going to bring you some sort of emotional fulfillment. But let's see if they come out again. If they do, even more coming out. Oh, I'll take these 3 because I only want 3 of them. So, other than holding a party potentially, yeah, so we've got a 2 of autumn here. So at the start of the month, then bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities of tasks, and exceptional talent for multitasking. So potentially very likely that you are going to be holding some sort of party. Um, Obviously, I'm saying that because it was already on the others. But yeah, you could be juggling a few things here. You could be juggling some tasks, very much trying to multitask, do too many things at once. Now, it is suggesting that you are successfully juggling those as well at the start of the month. Maybe you've got multiple jobs, maybe you've just got a lot on your plate. Uh, let's face it, you could be, trying to sort out holidays, kids, family in general. Let's face it, sometimes there's a lot of things going on. It could just be that you've got a lot of different projects that you're working on within work, for instance. And it does suggest that you are managing to juggle them quite well at the beginning of the month, putting a lot of time and effort into those. Let's get some clarification anyway of this 2 of autumn for you. Your spirit, please clarify this 2 of autumn. Party party one again. Definitely having possibly a party. So we've got the temperance here in the reverse. So it does suggest to me that you may feel a little bit imbalanced. So you might feel like you're not successfully multitasking. You might feel like things aren't quite going your way, but you are potentially going to be enjoying it. You're going to be having a lot of time with friends, family, and it could be that you're just multitasking your home life and your personal life. Um, and it could just be that you're feeling a little bit out of balance because you might be spending too much time in one place or another. But it does suggest to me that it is something that's needed. We have a 2 of wands here as well. So, very much suggesting that it is something that you are trying to move towards, you're trying to go towards something. And we have a 3 of wands, which is saying that you're trying to be patient at the same time. So, it's like you've got a lot on the go. You're doing a lot of waiting, watching for things to happen, but at the same time, you're trying to make things happen, which is potentially throwing you out of balance. Maybe certain things you want to, just jump in with straight away. I mean, it could very well be that you're going to be meeting somebody and you need to make a decision on that. And it could be somebody that you've been waiting for a long time. We've also got a few 2s out here and some 3s. So if you're seeing repeat numbers everywhere as well. It should mean that you're on the right path, but sometimes your angels and the universe have got a message for you. So it's worth looking those up if you're seeing reoccurring patterns and numbers, even the same animal multiple times could be some sort of message for you. But yeah, it's definitely suggesting to me here that you've got a lot of things that you're trying to juggle and you're trying to have patience and you're trying to wait for things to come to fruition. But at the same time, it's like you want it now. Now, in your challenge position, we have a chariot, which is forward movement. So again, it's just suggesting to me that the speed of movement on things might not be going quite how you want them to, and it could be throwing you off that little bit. It just suggests that actual movement forward is where your big challenge is. So you might be feeling stuck because of this patience here. You might be feeling like things aren't quite going your way, but really they are. Let's get some clarification of the chariot card. Okay, so we have judgment. We've got a four of pentacles. We've got the chariot in the reverse. And we've got a two of pentacles. Again, more twos. So what you could, okay, so what could you could be trying to move forward towards, which doesn't seem to be going very far, is maybe you're trying to possibly look at reconciling your feelings, reconciling your judgment. Maybe you want to reconcile with a particular person. Now, it could be that you are finally putting something to bed, but it's not really going as fast as you'd like it to. Maybe you've separated from somebody or you're wanting to move into a new chapter with someone and you just haven't quite got out of where you were before. Again, having patience, being in that little bit of a stuck area, maybe that's where, like I say, it could be that you met somebody new, but it does suggest that you're holding on to something, and that's part of why your chariot's not moving. You're holding on to something very tightly, and it looks as though it's something that you potentially need to make that final decision on whether or not it's worth your time and effort. Um, yeah, definitely not moving very far. It's very much that your heart and your head are not aligned. So again, that could be very much why you might be out of balance here with this temperance, and it's potentially a lot to do with you doing a lot of stuff. As daft as it sounds, sometimes when you do too much, you put yourself off making decisions, because you're too wound up in doing other stuff. And it's like you're putting yourself off thinking about things and you put yourself off making those decisions. And it does suggest to me that you might need to stop a little bit and actually rein everything in and actually look at what it is that you're holding dear to yourself and actually consolidate those feelings. And we do have a two of pentacles. So again, it's consolidating what is it that you want? Do you Are you doing too much? Are you not doing enough? Is it a case of you juggling too much? And I think it's very much that you doing too much is potentially what's preventing you from moving forward because you're not necessarily stopping still and you're not, how do you put it? It's like stopping and smelling the roses kind of thing. You may be not feeling your feelings, you may be putting off big decisions by overdoing things too much. And it's causing you to hold on to old things that you haven't got rid of. And you might be sitting there thinking, oh, healing comes with time. You're going to have patience and wait for things to go. But if you're not feeling your feelings, it's not going to move. You're just going to get stuck with it and it's not going to happen. Now, it could very well be that you're waiting for a particular person and you don't feel like it's moving forward very much. But this is suggesting to me that that's something to do with you holding on to something, and that it will move forward once your heart and your head have aligned and you've worked out what it is that you actually want to balance with. Now, in your outcome, we have the Unity card. So do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you, a spiritual minded community. The Unity card is very much the Hierophant in this deck. It's very much about consolidating your thoughts, your feelings, knowing what is right for you, having that higher faith in the universe, being one with yourself and with everything around you, potentially a higher level of commitment as well. So if it is something where you are looking for maybe you're waiting for a particular person. This could be suggesting that, that you are going to get that high level of commitment. But I think this is more of you having more faith in yourself, knowing what it is that you want, and making that decision to be more respectful to yourself as well, having a lot of faith in what it is that you want and knowing what it is that you want. So it's having that alignment of your heart and your head so you're able to get that movement forward. Very much believing that you now know what it is that you want and the way forward, but also leaving it in the hands of the universe to make, not necessarily make decisions for you, but to, you know, bring in those big things when you're ready. That's a lot of cards. So we'd have a 10 of swords. So it's telling me that you're going to be walking away from something, potentially something that you found very painful, something that's been stabbing you in the back. Now that could be work related because you've got a lot of pentacles here. So it could have been that maybe you were potentially hurting yourself, doing too much. It's very much that you're going to be walking away from that. We do have a 2 of cups. So there is potentially you moving into something with someone. Potentially you were going to be meeting somebody and making that union. Now, it could also very much be that you start finding some fulfillment within yourself as well. It is a 2, so it does suggest more that you are going to be sharing. Again, another 2, so that's a 4 2s we've got out now. Just putting that out there. We've got 7 of swords. So somebody's not going to be happy about it. Now, that could be depending on what you're dropping. If it's work related, for instance, maybe you would drop in a project because you've got too much on your plate. Somebody might be a bit resentful about it, purely because it means that they're going to have to pick it up. It could very much just be that somebody is not happy that you're moving on. If you've got an ex-partner, potentially they might be a bit annoyed that you're moving away from them, moving on with your life, finding new love. It could be anything like that. Now, 7 of swords could also just be that you might have people that are a bit nasty around you, and if you're finding new love, they may have been trying to stab you in the back. It could still be happening, and you're just walking away from them. We do have a 6 of swords in the reverse, so there is going to be a little bit of turbulence there, and it is going to be slow moving, but it's nothing bad. Um, to me, it looks like it could even be that the person that you're meeting, with this 2 of cups, if it is a person, it could very well be that they've been through some pain, they've been stabbed in the back themselves, and they're going through a little bit. We have a 4 of cups, so it is very much telling me that you and this person know exactly what it is you want. And I do feel like it's very much more on you. I think this is very much more about you knowing what it is that you want, and you've got an emperor, so taking control. Now, this could be your person as well. Could be that you're meeting somebody that you see as being somebody you're very willing to follow, somebody that is a bit of a father figure, could be somebody with a child. It could be that you're just taking control of your life and you are now going to be leading your own way. To me, it's very much suggesting that, yeah, it's turbulent coming out of whatever it is that you've been experiencing. It could just be that, whatever it is that you've been overbalancing that's been hurting yourself, it's just going to take some time to get through it. And people aren't necessarily going to be helping with it. I mean, maybe you've been stuck in a relationship where things are out of balance and you've been working so hard and things are not fair, and you've met someone and then coming out of a relationship and going into something new with somebody you've met, obviously someone's not going to like it, and it can take some time to end. But it is suggesting to me that you know exactly what it is that you want and you're ready to take control. Now, it could be very much that, I mean, I feel like this is more work related. It could be romance related as well. Maybe there's a bit of romance thrown in with work. Maybe you just overwork a lot. Maybe you're doing too much. Your balances are all over the place. You're not spending enough time on your own, potentially. Maybe you're not spending enough time with your partner, and this could be very much you dropping some stuff at work in order to relinquish a relationship with an existing partner that you've got. Um, because it is suggesting to me that you know what it is that you want. You know what you hold dear, but you're juggling too many things and you need to make that decision in order to help yourself and realize what it is, what you actually want. You need to sit there and think about it. Deep down, you know what it is. You've been holding on to it for a while, but you do need to release things that aren't serving you anymore. And being out of balance, taking on too much, clearly isn't serving you with the purpose that you need. It's hurting you. So, very much needing to release something there in the month of June. Let's get you some whispers of the ocean oracle cards. Okay, so we've got resilience. There's no need to rush or push. This is time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. And that is very much reflected in here. You've got the Three of Wands, which is the card of patience. You are going to be very resilient. You know, it's very much here telling you to take your time. Like I say, the Six of Swords in the reverse, it is very slow moving. The Chariot in the reverse is slow moving because you haven't quite made a decision, but it's telling me that you are going to get there and you are going to have the patience and the determination with that Emperor just there. And then we've got seeing things from both sides. Take a step back and try looking at this from a different perspective. So potentially, this whole being stuck, not necessarily knowing what it is that you want or, what it is that is keeping you stuck. Take a step back, see what it is you're doing, look at things from a different perspective, and it is likely to help release that pressure and help you move forward. Right. I hope that has helped you for what's coming up in June. Um, If it did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. Thanks very much for joining me.